Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of City Skylines in our beautiful city. By the way, don't worry about the kindling district. I've received some comments that they missed the fires. The fires are still there every episode, I'm just not showing it every time. Currently I think we have even more fires going on. Yeah, look at this. This even destroyed a building or a couple of them. The copper company totally burned down. Ah, poor bastards. Now, as I logged on today and kind of observed what's going on, I feel like it is time for a little more industry. And instead of, adding more industry to our already existing industry, we're going to make a new one in a different spot. This is certainly going to help with the distribution of the goods a little bit if we have it maybe over here. Or actually, I'm kind of tempted to have it on the right side of the canal here. We even have a cargo line right here. That means we could just branch off at another cargo station and then we can kind of utilize this entire area. Of course, I don't want to flatten it. I kind of want to work with the terrain if possible at all. I would say the train track is already fine. We also have an access road right here. Where is the highway? So we could think about making another junction for the highway. I'm actually going to go ahead and do that right away. Just using a vanilla junction here. Can we add that like so? It doesn't need to be perfect. That's something I want to do myself anyways. But it's going to be here for a couple of episodes until we get to it, so I want it at least to look acceptable. We would then go ahead, continue into this direction for a little bit, and then we take a slight curve, very slight curve. Absolutely wonderful. Keep going straight for a little bit, and then I guess we will be able to exit into a roundabout. Might actually be cool. We're gonna try to go with a small 6-lane roundabout. This might actually be a little bit too small. I might have to make some space. The highway is joining right here and leaving right there. We're then gonna swap again to a bunch of 6-lane roads and have a couple of exits. One is gonna go into that direction, though I don't think a 6-lane road is necessary for this one. We're gonna go with 2 lanes with grass, put that right there. And then as for the other direction, this is where I want my main arm. So this is where everything is going to branch off from, and therefore it can be a larger road. I'm actually going to continue this with the normal roads along here. This can be, more or less organic. And then of course we also want to find our way beneath the bridge here. We'll have to make some adjustments once we get to the height, but there we go. This is actually not good. What I much rather would like to see is a tunnel, and then we get out on the other side again, if possible. Right here, for instance. Oh my gosh, this is a little bit higher than I anticipated. Can you please calm down a little bit? Yes. Calm down and calm down. I kind of like that. We also need to continue the dirt path here that would be leading into the main industry road. Actually, no, that doesn't make sense to me. Let's first add a small road and then we're gonna branch off into this type. But going from the 6-lane directly to the dirt road just didn't make sense in my opinion. Now that's much better. I'm also gonna swap to a couple of industrial roads now, and now it is the time to get as much zonable space in the joint as possible. So sometimes I will have to move objects a little bit in order to get a better result out of them, but looks as though, since a lot of the terrain is mostly changing when placing the roads, we'll have to come up with some trickery. We can have a connection here. I would like to branch off at this point as well, but let me have a look at that slope. Come on, that's not too bad. I mean, I know it's gonna be a bumpy thing. Oh my gosh, look at that! How is this even a thing? Why wouldn't you... I mean, I used the slope tool, by the way, in order to get this bumpy road. That's just insane to me. Okay, I fixed it a little bit, not too much, mind you. But yeah, this game is really made to mostly build on flat surfaces. Holy cow. Add something here. I mean, we are not going to need a lot of industry. We just need a little bit in order to support our current shops. They have no goods to sell. It's a catastrophe. Branch off right there. Actually, can we bridge up here a little bit? Ooh, interesting. We're not gonna get any closer to the dam, I would say, so we'll have to figure something out here. I mean, this could... I have to look at it when it is zoned, actually. Before that, I can really only speculate. Anyways, we'll have a connection right here up to the dirt road. That's too steep. Okay, so it's gonna be just continuing into a dead end. Hold on. How is this too steep? Okay, there we go. Now, this place here is really interesting. Let's have a look at the unique buildings. No, that's monuments. I would like to see some more unique buildings. I mean, something like the Eiffel Tower here. And I don't mean the Eiffel Tower specifically. I just meant a tall building. Ooh, observatory. Check this out. This needs to go here near the dam. I'm actually gonna place it down already, so I know that I want it there, but we're gonna disable it for the time being. What about the sea skyscraper? Let me check this out. This could be the perfect building to... Actually, what does it do? What is it for? This impressive office building has many companies using it. Requirement for the medical center. I think I'm actually gonna do that. I mean, we could definitely have a little office space here on the top. Let's actually see in terms of orientation. What if I placed it right here? Yeah, this kind of... Yeah, it works out for me. Now, the only problem is I don't want the dirt roads to be the only thing that leads to it. Could we potentially have yet another bridge over here? How would that look? Maybe one too many bridges. Let's try to escape from the other side. There was something. Yeah, there we go. A nice sweet spot. Okay, this could be one possibility. I actually kind of like that. And now we can just hook it up like so. Cool. Now, in terms of the mountain here, it would be nice to get some wind power in the joint. Let's see. I don't think this is... Yeah, it's not changing anything with the terrain. So we should definitely do that. Maybe get 4 of these. Let's actually do 5, like so. Okay, I actually like it. Now we gotta complete the road pattern here for the office area. I'm still gonna connect it up with the dirt road, which actually looks really bad. What if I upgraded the part before the bridge? Makes it look a little bit better. Add something here. Okay. Yeah, there we go. I mean, it's tiny. There's not a lot of space we can work with. But it does lead me into the direction I wanted to go. I'm gonna be daring adding another side road here. Okay, I can work with that. Just lower it down a little bit. And then we are gonna connect it up here. I think with that out of the way, I got my road pattern. Actually, not quite. I wanted to continue my endeavors here on the other side. And I also wanted to get closer to the train tracks. So now, if possible at all, we're gonna make a little overpass here. Yes. And then we can hook this up to this guy right away. But let's actually use a different road. There we go. This is more fitting. Okay. I'm glad this added up as well. Now, it would be crazy to see a little roundabout system here. And I'm actually gonna try that out. So just one more connection. There we go. It is a perfect circle. Of course, it wasn't quite perfect, still isn't, but at least it's a circle now. Let's upgrade this to a one-way road. Industry road, yeah, there we go. So it is actually a roundabout. We're gonna have one exit branching off like so. Another exit right here. I would like to lead into the road. No, that's not gonna work out. Let me enable road anarchy. Yes. There, I just needed to be able to actually place it so we can continue with the road. There's gonna be another exit leading straight over there. Okay, nice. I think with that out of the way, we should be ready to start zoning the bastards. You know what? I've had enough of these trees. Just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna do the trees myself. You go away. Yeah, now we can actually see the canal. Wait, hold on. We totally didn't utilize the space on the other mountain, and there is a convenient way to get up there. Why didn't you tell me? Actually, let me see. Is it really convenient? No, slope too steep? Okay, maybe it's not that convenient. Actually, I need to try it. I just freaking need to test it out. Honestly, this is not the nicest bridge. I'm gonna try to go with the wooden theme again. And then we're gonna continue like so, and hopefully we can also go down. No slope too steep. Gonna continue here. Now this cliff looks a little bit artificial if you ask me. What did I do here? I wonder if I had some influence in that being shaped like so. But I need to find a way to get down here. Road Anarchy to the rescue, thank you. And we also want to hook this up to the same intersection so we don't create too many intersections. I mean, this is going to be a crazy industrial area. I'm not sure, might be a little bit out of place, but I just feel like if there is the residential part all the way wrapped around the mountain, then we have the dam across the canal, could be a little industrial zone. I just found it a good idea. I wonder if we could do a little bit better with this slope. Just a tiny bit better. No. Okay, that actually made it worse. Let's undo that. Sometimes there's just nothing that can save it other than you fiddling around a little bit with it. My best guess is always to make the curves as smooth as possible. If you have it at their smoothest state, usually they tend to behave better. Okay, that is kind of acceptable to me. There's just one connection missing. I would like to keep going with this for a little bit onto the other side of the mountain and connect it with this industrial road. Yes, perfect. Okay, we still have some space here. We can utilize this. We don't want to waste too much zonable space. Gonna branch out one more time from here. That's good. Okay, let's select all the trees, get rid of them. I forgot the shortcut in order to disable the props anarchy. And so none of the trees get removed for me. Hold on, is there a reason we haven't connected these? I don't think there is. Now there could be a lost connection here out of the roundabout, and I want this as close as possible to the rails. And this could lead to our cargo station. Let's try this again. Okay, that's much better. Just gonna keep going here a bit. Train station, cargo. Though looking at this is definitely on the wrong side. We need to have the terminal on the other side. So let's try to curve. It's a little bit restrictive with the roundabout we have in place. But we could go ahead and do something like that. No, I don't like that. We're gonna try this one more time. Okay, that is actually much better. Cargo station, I can live with that. Okay, all we want to do is lower everything here a little bit. Lower there. Yeah, as per usual, we'll have to make some adaptations. Anyways, that's not the connection I wanted. I wanted to go parallel to our already existing tracks. So we end up with something like that, and then maybe here at this point we're gonna join up with the track. So there's definitely enough space for the trains to exit the station. Nobody's gonna get hurt or angry. Same thing here. In the future, I would like to go into this direction and whatever we have on the other side. But after a train length or two, we are also gonna branch off here. This is a little too extreme. Actually, it's not even that bad, but I just realized that the next connection is already coming up here. So that's not something we can do. Yeah, we'll generally have to change the direction of the main rail. So let's say we are more going into this direction and then we are branching off into the other direction. And this should allow us to make the connection to the next rail early on, so at least one train length. And just for reference, in the future we're gonna continue this rail, so I'm gonna leave it at a dead end. But there we go, cargo station is in place. All we have to make sure is that these rails are more or less on the same level, so we don't have these weird glitches in between the tracks. Time for utilities. They probably have nothing here yet, yeah. You know, whenever I start a new city, I usually tend to do the piping just beneath the roads, because I think it looks really nifty. But man, this city has come a long way and I just cannot be bothered to do that anymore. A lot of people told me it's a total waste of resources or maintenance for the pipes, and of course that is true. However, the maintenance for the pipes is so little that you can just ignore it in my opinion. We're going to start our adventures here at the tower. However, I need to lower and raise certain parts a little bit to make it look better. And then we're gonna start zoning some offices. So all around this can also be office, office, office at the cliffs. If they don't get their promotion, jumping out of the window will have an even greater effect there. I'm not too happy with how this looks. This needs to come up a little bit. Great, that is gonna be everything in terms of offices. On the other side here, I already wanna start with industry. So all of you, actually let's go to the paint tool. I might be a little bit faster with that now. All of this is gonna be industry. Wait, I don't want to zone too much at any given time. I think this is enough to get ourselves started and check out the problems. Now at the moment they can run off the wind power that I generated here, but eventually, actually let's maybe hook it up to the dam. So I'm just gonna give this power from this side and maybe give the train station power from the farming district. Alright, let's do it. Show me what you got. Yes, behave, behave. Actually, before I continue, one thing I definitely need is a Firewatch Tower. You're gonna go right here, and we're also gonna have some basic services. Maybe down here at the main road isn't the worst of ideas. We're gonna have police and a fire station. The rest of the services can wait a little bit, in my opinion. Now we have cargo access, we also have highway access. This seems to be fine. This district is practically hooked up. Let's also take care of this zoning. So all of this is going to be an industrial district with the 4.0 industry policy. There we go. Please go ahead and let me know what you want to name this new industry. Also, did I ask you to actually give me names for the district? Guys, I've lost a little bit overview on the comments because I took a few days off YouTube completely. I also didn't check the comments quite as frequently, and now I'm totally lost. There are so many comments that I haven't answered that I probably cannot get to everyone. So in today's episode, please give me suggestions for the district here, the dam district. Also give me suggestions for the new district, the industry right here. And there was actually this park that we still needed to name. Meadow Gardens, that is of course boring. Give me name for park, district and new industry. So there is going to be a lot of name dropping in today's comment section, hopefully. Looks like most of the buildings that get placed do mess up the terrain a little bit, so I'm gonna wait for its final stage of development until we deal with the terrain, make that look a little bit nicer. Looks like nobody really wants to keep on building. That was really sensitive. The demand was changing unusually quickly, and now it looks as though people require more shopping. I wonder if we should just go ahead and add a shopping district here as well, though it doesn't really make too much sense, right? We should rather add more shopping in the dam district. So maybe in this place we could make a huge roundabout shopping center, like the dream town for any shopper. I think this is actually an excellent idea, and so that I remember this in the future, I'm already gonna set up the roundabout. The roundabout should be fairly large with a monument in the center, I think. So something along these lines. Now, of course, there had to be a puddle of water in the way. Well, I mean, it is enough as a reminder. So we're gonna have a shopping center here. Maybe let's think about a nice monument for this one to use as well. Like the Modern Art Museum, or MAM for short. Yeah, I think we could totally pull this off with the museum here in the center. So we're gonna place it already, but turn it off as with the other buildings, since this is not gonna be utilized for maybe an episode or two. Great stuff. Okay, now it's time to fix the roundabout. The roundabout probably needs to move a little bit to the right, because looking at this, of course, this is extremely inconvenient. Actually, let me try to adjust this manually a little bit. This needs to move and this needs to move, and then we need to come in with a steeper curve somewhat. I mean, we can go closer to the wait, trains are waiting. Okay, so the problem is this intersection isn't long enough. Can you see that? So we need to make this a little bit longer. Let me move that. Let me move that. So if this is just a tad longer, then maybe we can accommodate a train and then they hopefully don't clog up each other. Okay, I'll have to fix the train stuff there, but there we go. Now you can see they were able to cross and everything can get moving again. By the way, what's the traffic doing? I haven't looked at that. 80%. I love my city. This is the best city I've ever built. I just love how stuff is burning up in the background. You see, that's another issue. This guy is going to the next node, which is right here. And of course, yeah, that's the problem. The intersection needs to be long enough from node to node. In our case, trains going to this node are waiting, and then they leave enough space for the train to go to the next node. So if I move this right here, where the train still stands in the way, technically this shouldn't happen anymore. Because the trains should only move into the intersection if they can move up to the next node. That should theoretically be the case. That could have resulted in an accident there. Now, if this continues like so, we have a problem. Yeah, we definitely already have a problem now. All of these trains are clogging up because they are just waiting here. The trains on the right track always seem to get priority. And they are plentiful. Many trains. Okay, there we go. Actually, now they took priority. Not sure what changed their mindset. Probably because they waited for 3 in-game days at this very same intersection. But yeah, my fixes at least worked with the nodes and everything. I think I now understood how these train intersections actually work and can get fixed. Now, what's happening with our district? Did I zone this correctly? Offices, industry. Okay, the industry looks curious to me. And of course, I did notice all of the terrain mishaps. It's just I need to see the final buildings before I can use the Move It mod to kind of go through it with a fine combed tooth. I never get this right. You know what, for the sake of development, we're gonna have a tiny smooch of commercial here as well. We can actually have a bridge across the canal into the roundabout commercial area I was talking about before. So I would like to see at least some of these roads get upgraded. Let's connect this up right here, and with the Move It mod we can now make this look much better. There are gonna be no ferries, so this technically doesn't need to be a bridge even. This can just, well, it is a bridge of course, but we're not preventing any ships from crashing into it, so it can be very low to the ground. Turn up with the ground again, move this over and out. I'm already gonna connect it to the roundabout as a reminder, but technically I don't even know what we're gonna do with this yet. In this case, for the budget fanatics of you, I'm gonna lower this to a normal road so I don't have to pay as much maintenance. Great, slowly but surely we can see some development here. Obviously we're gonna need power. It's always the same story with the power. How about our train issue? Yeah, it's gone. Okay, I definitely understood the node principle now. It's a great principle. How is our dam looking? I wonder if we still have the same output. Okay, so I guess that's gonna be our final output unless we, you know, force a bit more water into it. I guess we could have our water outlets. That was one of the suggestions. Also, if in the future we need more water treatment, we could go ahead and enhance the water flow with that. I mean, just imagine we have all of our water treatment right here. This should technically lead more water into the dam and then we have more power. I think you can go well above 1000 megawatts, but since I haven't dealt with too many dams in my past, I cannot say for sure. You know, to make the temporary things complete, I also wanna have a connection here. This is already gonna allow people to move from one district to the other without going to the highway. We could also think about expanding our metro or tram line. At the moment the tram line is moving over here and there. Metro, no, I don't. Actually, the metro is taking a funny path. I like that it's making a loop-de-loop here before it actually continues into the next district. So yeah, I'm not too fond of the idea to actually add public transport other than maybe buses. I want to have my main public transport stuff right here in the shopping district, and then maybe they are allowed to move to the other shopping district and then they can continue from there. At the moment, it looks as though we need more people. Did I drop below 200k again? This is so frustrating. Yeah, also less people using the public transport again, and more people actually spawning vehicles. Well, I guess it has something to do with adding the new district. This is always causing a bit of a traffic burst, in the beginning at least. This is why I usually don't want to zone too much stuff in one go, but I think I want to keep going now. So industry it is. I want to add a couple more buildings here near the roundabout and around it. And it would be great to at least finish this line here. I must see. Maybe this is gonna do too much stuff with the terrain that I don't want. Also, this tunnel entrance, I guess that's something we want to fix right away. That was kind of crazy. Did you see that sharp corner? It's because we have two nodes so close together. You know, I guess if we wanted, we could make things a little bit better here by lowering the road. This should, in theory, give us a lot more zonable space. Actually not. This changed nothing. Huh, interesting. You know what? I don't want to do this. I want to use this site in order to decorate it. We'll have to think about how we can do that. We can, however, use the other side here of the road in order to set up more industry. How are we doing in terms of upgrades? Looks like all of our residentials have already upgraded. So we did actually reach the limit there. I guess we could simply zone more. Wait, this is insane to me. How? None of these have actually upgraded yet. Okay, once your city gets big, it is really confusing, I have to admit. Educate more citizens, so we are still in that phase. Yeah, I guess I just have to wait. Now we have to exercise some patience, especially because the fastest speed is like the slowest speed in the beginning. Look at the cars, they are barely moving. But my frame rate did get a little bit better since I deleted the show it and watch it mod. Those were UI mods, using up some more of the CPU power. I mean, my CPU isn't bottlenecked or anything, it's actually the game's limitation. If you have so many game limitation removing mods as I do and then just exaggerate with every aspect of the game, it is bound to lose some FPS. But overall, let me actually check. It's above 20. This is really acceptable at this stage of the game. I just love it. Just imagine, maybe another 100 or so episodes I think it would take to finish this. Of course, I'm only gonna do 100 episodes as long as there is interest for it. But yeah, I think with that out of the way, I have to wrap it up for today. Looking at the time, I might have to go into editing. If I do have more time, I'm gonna go straight into recording the next episode. But as it looks right now, in the near future, the next 2 weeks or so, I will have to do a lot of preparations for my daytime job. And so I can only really deliver you one video every 2 days or so, but I'm gonna do my best to keep it up as much as possible. I also decided to probably go through with my plan to play a little bit of Oxygen Not Included on the channel. This is not necessarily gonna affect City Skylines. I do want to play Oxygen Not Included, whether or not I'm making videos on it. And so making a series on the channel would just be a plus in my opinion. But yeah, with that out of the way, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great time and see you soon. Bye bye.